Hello all my crafty peeps, it's Cheyenne from easydesignstudio.com. I have a special guest with me. Ethan's here with me again. We're going to be crafting together. Alright, so today we are going to try out the slider cards from Stampin' Up. These do come in a bundle. This is the Shooting Star stamp set. And I keep the coordinating dies with my bundles just in here. This is a piece of sticky back magnet board. I want to say I got it at Walmart. I just stick it to the inside and then everything is all together. Oh, if you get these, if you get the Big Shot framelits, dies, thinlits, or whatever you want to call them, and the stamp set, you do save 10% when you bundle them together. So for today, I'm going to be using the beehive, the bee, the little baby bee, and the sentiment I picked is "You're as sweet as can be." And Ethan is going to be doing the world, the earth, the shooting star, and he's going to be doing the "You're out of this world" sentiment. We also used the 2 stars in the set to make background paper for his. My DIY background paper will be up by the time this video airs, so feel free to go back and watch that. Alright, so measurements. We both chose to do a basic black top fold A2 card. So it's a sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. You cut it at 4.5 and you have your 2 cards, and then you're going to score and fold at 5.5 to get your top fold cards. Alright, so that's that. And then we have, for the card front, I'm using this piece of Pop of Pink DSP. Look at that, it's foiled. The Pop of Pink, they are usually double-sided. Most of them are double-sided except for the ones that have the foil on it. They're only single-sided. So this is going to be on the front of my card, and it's actually what we're going to be doing the slider card section with. This is 5 by 4.25, and then I have an inside panel because it's on black cardstock. Want to be able to write in it. So it's another sheet of the Pop of Pink DSP. This is also 4 by 5.25, and then a piece of Whisper White so that you can write on it and everyone can see what you're doing. And this is 3.5 by 4.75. I did the same thing for Ethan's card. So again, this is the front sheet. This is 4 by 5.25, and the inside is a 4 by 5.25 with a Whisper White piece that is 3.5 by 4.75. So we're gonna set those aside for now. We've got our card fronts, and then we're gonna do all of our stamping in the Archival Basic Black, and then we're going to be coloring them in using the Stampin' Right markers. So let's get started, shall we? All of our Stampin' stuff ready. We've got the Stampin' Scrub and the Stampin' Mist. I'm going to go ahead and spray the wet side, so that's all ready to go. And now you're going to watch us stamp. I'll probably speed this part up. Alright, we've got everything stamped up, so there's my stamped images. And a little sweet as can be. And here's Ethan. He did do a double stamp on purpose, so one's a little lighter than the other. And "You're out of this world." He did mess up the other side, but luckily there's 2 sides to the sheets of Whisper White cardstock. So you can have your boo-boos on the back. Alright, now we're going to color them in. Alright, Ethan's going to be using Tempting Turquoise, Garden Green, Daffodil Delight, and Pumpkin Pie. Anyone else looking forward to fall? I am. I love fall and Halloween. Alright, I'm going to be using Soft Sky, So Saffron, Tip Top Taupe, and a blender pen to color mine in. Oh, gonna speed up this part too because it's just us coloring. So, see you on the other side. Okay, so here's our coloring all done. We did add some Wink of Stella to ours. I really like the clear Wink of Stella. Like, this stuff is awesome. I tend to put it on everything. And I do like the gold, but it is colored. It's not just gold glitter. So I like to take my, aqua pen and just kind of move it around a little bit, disperse it so it's more of a gold sheen instead of it like overtaking. It's good if you're wanting something to be almost like a gold leaf sort of look, a glittery gold leaf sort of look. Alright, next we get out the handy dandy Big Shot.
Big Shot.
And there's gonna be a whole lot of die cutting going on. So we're using the Thinlits, so we're gonna get out our magnetic base. This is fantastic for all the Thinlits and stuff like that, especially when you've got die cut images that you're wanting to line up. So, alright, and make sure, there's like a little raised edge on, one side. One side is perfectly flat. This is the side that you want facing up. And the raised edge, that's what's actually going to do the cutting. You just line it up the best you can. It is handmade. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Is it die cut or DIY cut?
It's a DIE cut.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do it engraving.
So, alright, we're going to get all these shapes cut out, and then I'll speed this up and we'll come back when it's time to cut the slider portion of the card. So we've got all of our die cut pieces cut out. It's a little tedious, but we get it done. Alright, now for cutting out the slider part. So I've got the front piece for my card. I'm going to put it in. Now I'm going to have it go round and round in a circle, and so is Ethan, so we're going to use this circle one. Alright, it's going to cut out this big circle and this hollow circle. So keep all the pieces. You just pop it on, try to center it up, and this is where you're going to have your slider. I'm going to center it, but I'm going to kind of put it at the top too because I want my sentiment to live at the bottom of the screen. Just take it, you run it through, and then we're going to do that for Ethan's piece too. So you end up with the base, the circle, and the hollow circle where the slider part is actually going to be. Keep that piece. You're going to need it later when we're placing all of this. Alright, here's Ethan's card. And again, same thing. Just kind of center it up. You could get like really precise and measure everything. Go ahead. Or you can just eyeball it. Alright, that's it for the big shots. So we'll move that out of the way.
And readjust these.
Alright, again, your base piece, your centerpiece, and the little circle-y bitty. Put that away, get these out of the way. Alright, now it's time to assemble our cards. Actually, one last step. We're going to take our sentiments and we're going to cut those babies down. Here you go. So I'm just
Where's
going
mine?
Wherever you
Oh.
put it.
It's hiding.
It's hiding. Alright, so I'm just going to cut it like that, really simple. It'll just pop up on the bottom. If you want, you can mat it with a coordinating piece of cardstock. Yeah, I might ink the edge. Actually, I think I will. So I'm just going to take the basic black Stampin' Up marker, and I'm going to use the brush side, and I'm just going to go right along the edge of it, and this is just going to give a subtle little border to help separate it from the background paper a little bit.
I do it too.
You want to do it too? There you go.
I just do this.
Yep, just lightly around the edges. Alright, I forgot to mention too at the beginning of the tutorial that you're also going to need 2 pennies for each card. At first I was like, I'm not going to use pennies on cards, I'll go get washers. But then I was researching the price of washers, and one of the sets I found, it was $9 for 100 washers.
And 33 cents for...
And yeah, 33 cents for 1 washer.
So that would be 66 cents for 2 washers, so 66 cents for per card, or 2 cents, 2 pennies.
Yeah, or 2 pennies. So I was like, whatever, I'll just use the 2 pennies. It's cheaper that way. Oh, alright. First thing we're going to need to do is get our handy dandy foam adhesive strips.
Boom.
And
Before we do that, I have a question.
what?
Why did we make 2 of these?
Because one's going to go on the inside of the card where the sentiment is going to be. Alright. So here's a strip for you. There you go.
Yeah.
And here's a strip for me. Alright, so you're going to put this on the back side of your card, and you want to make sure there's a clearance around the edge so that when the penny is sliding around, it's not going to get caught on anything and you're not going to impede the movement of it. So I tend to put one like along the bottom and along the top, and I tend to kind of call it a day at that point. It's more important for me for the slider to actually slide around the card. We put a lot of time and effort into this. So yeah, one at the top, one at the bottom. Okay, you're also going to want to take your circle here, and this too you're going to want to put some foam adhesive on. Another one.
Can I just put in the middle?
You can.
But it'll not be good. I need another.
I think that first one was too close to the edge.
It'll be okay.
Okay, but your slider is not going to be able to get around those 2 points. So.
Oh, it's not ripping.
Mine's going to be alright. Yeah, it's kind
it
of
tastes
forgiving.
nice,
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead.
That's good, right?
Yeah, this should be fine. Alright, go ahead, take the backing off of the big sheet first. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put
Oh, here, cat.
this down. Alright, there
There's
we
a
go.
kitty coming in.
Alright, go
It's
ahead.
Benji. He's
Yep, Benji's
meowing.
is in here wanting attention. Alright, get your card front.
Hey, come here, Benji.
Can you focus, please,
take
so
care
that
of
we
him.
can...
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so we've got the card base on. Take your little middle ring and put that in. And this is going to make sure it's right. Yeah, just make sure it's all lined up well.
That's good.
Alright, and then you're going to take your middle section and just fill in center section and then pop out that middle piece. So there we go. There's the basic slider action going on. Okay, the next step we're going to do is we're going to take a dimensional and we're going to cut off the corners of it so that it's more round, so it won't bump on anything, because it's going to be like spinning around in circles as it's going. So we need to get rid of the pointy bits. You don't have to take off, you know, too much. Don't take off your finger either.
That would be horrible.
That would be.
I don't think it would be possible, but it would be horrible.
And just be mindful of your cutting. Accidents happen in the craft room. We use a lot of sharp objects. So you got your 2 pennies. You put the dimensional in the middle.
Benji.
And then you're going to sandwich it in between the 2 pennies. Squish together. And there you can see there's that little gap, and it's just going to go round and round and round. So let's go ahead and get that in.
Squish.
Alright, now it's a good time. You can kind of check to make sure that it's going to go round and round. If there's anything that you need to do to change it. But there's the basic
Mine's
mechanics of your slider card. Alright, now let's take another dimensional.
And put it in between the... Oh, Benji.
Nope. Going to take and put it on the back of my B. And then put the B on the penny. And then I'm going to put a couple more dimensionals on the back of my beehive.
Benji fell. And the back of the star for me.
Yep, put that on the penny first. There we go, and then just put, yeah, probably like that. I don't know, I'm not sure how that's going to go, we'll see. Alright,
good.
so beehive is going to go right in the middle.
Another dimensional.
Yep, I put it on another dimensional. And then I'm also going to take the sides of the dimensional here, use up everything. I'm just going to cut off a little bit to go behind my sentiment here. There we go. Go. Make sure when the bee's down here it's not gonna get in the way. You're as sweet as can be. Alright, now I'm going to pop on a couple of my bees. I need some tweezers for this. I'm going to use the liquid Tombow liquid glue, mono glue. just going to pop those on. This is a great glue to have on hand. If you adhere something down while the glue is still wet, it's going to be a permanent hold. If you wait for it to dry, it's repositionable. So that makes life fun. Alright, I'm also going to add the Jar of Love set. Comes with a little border that has these little hearts in them, so you can cut out a bunch of little hearts. And I'm just going to add that to my sentiment too. Just think adding like the little heart, the little pop of red. It's going to be nice. Just going to pop that right over there. So there we have the front of the card. Alright, and now to adhere the inner portion of the card, use some snail adhesive. There you go, center it up, pop it down. Alright, I'm going to take my little bees again. Actually, I'm going to use a little bit of the dimensionals to pop up one of the bees. And this one, I'm going to have more flesh with the mono glue. I think about right there is fine. Okay, now since bees always have to have travel lines, I'm just going to take the Stampin' Right marker again and just do some dash lines. You know, because we have to know where the bee is coming from. I'm also going to, no, I'm not going to do it on the front of the card. I think it's fine. I might go back in and add some dash marks to it, but, you know, for the sake of the video, I'm going to call this one done. So we're going to clean up and then we will showcase our cards for ya. Alright, so here are the finished cards. The other light on, so try not to have too many shadows. So, see, they, gotta get it just, of course, now that it's on camera, it's like, no, we're not going to work for you. So it spins around. Ethan's was really spinning. Woo, there it goes. Not sure what kind of comet that is coming to Earth, but you best watch out. Wow. And then a little honeybee. There he goes. No. Alright, and that is it for this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. There will be a link to my blog in the description bar, and it'll take you to where I've got all the products listed and their direct links straight to the products on my online store. It's just easier to do it that way than trying to list out everything. And it's cool, it's fun, it's interactive, and I don't know, I like it. So thank you so much for watching. There's also going to be a link for Ethan's YouTube channel if you want to go check out what he gets up to. Thank you, bye, happy creating.